Thank you for staying with us. We're now being joined by Philip Obin. He is a serial entrepreneur, a social media influencer, as well as a chairmanship candidate in Cross River State for the APC. Thank you for joining us on the program.
My pleasure being here.
Let's begin with the challenges young people face, in politics.
I think that first and foremost, young people must first be interested in politics. It goes beyond sitting behind your keyboard and tweeting, Facebooking. We need to understand that the decisions those in politics take affect us most as young people. That being said, I will encourage every young man out there to get actively involved. It starts from identifying a political party and becoming a member, and then follow-up activities, and then we take it off from there.
Yeah, I mean, so when you talk about identifying a political party, I think, there needs to be maybe an ideology that might, catch the attention of a young person like you with your party. Would you say there is an ideology in the political space of Nigeria?
I don't see any unique ideologies in Nigerian politics so far. However, some parties are better than other parties, especially where there is internal democracy. Yes.
All right. So let's come back now to the youth. When you talk about not staying behind your keyboards, and tweeting and Facebooking, what exactly do you mean? Are you saying they should go to the grassroots level
yes,
to go and
we,
get
we
themselves
have to
involved?
we have to go beyond social media. We have to organize. Before the era of social media, we used to have meetings. We used to call meetings. In fact, even when social media started, we used it to organize ourselves and agree to meet at some point. I remember the success of the Occupy Nigeria movement in 2013 was fueled by social media. But we went beyond the internet. But these people are no longer willing to do that. So I think that the youth have to come together. We need to identify that there's a need for us to be involved in politics. And then some youth have also complained about financing. That's an issue, obviously an issue, but that's not the biggest challenge. You must demonstrate capacity to lead. You could start from wherever you are. If you are working somewhere, demonstrate leadership qualities. You must have integrity, you must have pedigree for you to be identified. Some of us didn't start with all the monies, all right? What we did was to identify, to show commitment. And then support will always come once you identify as someone who is serious.
Yeah, so I mean, because I was going to ask you about financing, because it has been labeled as one of the major challenge for young people who want to come into politics. But I mean, we had a story of someone in Kenya who actually went door to door campaigning
without finance.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is a different terrain entirely. In Nigeria, you cannot do politics. Most part of the world, not just Nigeria, you can't do politics without money. So I think that the youth also need to look inward. What do we do? Before someone will even sponsor you, you must show that, or at least you can afford to buy a nomination form. You don't expect people to buy your nomination form, and even provide logistics for you. So I think that what the youth should do is to also look back and say, oh, what do we do? Taking a job, a paid job or salary job is not the way to go as youth. We need to be independent. We need to be entrepreneurs. That way you have your time and you also have money to actually pursue a political career.
So I mean, let's also look at the issue of godfatherism. Do you think it's playing a pivotal role as to why young people don't want to go into politics because they feel if they don't have godfathers?
Godfatherism is all over the world. It depends on the context and how it's being used, all right? Now, in the context of Nigeria, poverty is a determinant. If somebody has to buy your nomination form, somebody has to provide every penny and kobo you need to run your election, then they become your godfather automatically. They decide what you do. And that's why most Nigerian politicians are not doing well, because they are not in charge. All right, so but we need you to understand that we can actually do it. We constitute about 60% or more of the voting strength in Nigeria, yet we are not represented. Those who are working for politicians are younger people. They need to also change their orientation. You cannot follow me as a young person and all you do is to hijack ballot boxes, is to kill people, is to cause mayhem during elections, and you expect me to appoint you into a reasonable position after election. Of course not, because you have identified where your strength is. So if you are supporting me, go out to the field, mobilize, talk to people on my behalf. Let us do things as civilized people. That's where we'll have our rightful space in the Nigerian political system.
So just before I let you go, what do you think about the Not Too Young to Run bill?
Oh, fantastic. But the miracle we are expecting from that bill is actually not there.
Which
right?
is?
We think that because the Constitution has made provision for us to be to run elective offices, that's enough. That's not enough. We are not here. We have a lot of brilliant young Nigerians, you know, who have ideas, who are good, who have been tested and trusted, but they are not actively in politics. We need to begin to join politics. For example, 2019 is here. APC, PDP, they are holding conventions here and there. They're organizing themselves, but the youth are still on the internet, talking, blaming Buhari, Jonathan, PDP, APC. We cannot go so far with this mentality. So we have to change. We have to begin to group. You know, have to begin to meet. You know, once in a while, there has to be in activities. Politics goes beyond internet. Let us not be deceived by the social media influence, so-called influence we think we are enjoying. You know, so that's my take on that.
Well, let's wait and see how all of this will play out. Like you said, 2019 is just around the corner, and the youths need to, you know, come together and meet as the other political parties are holding. Perhaps maybe they could get a consensus candidate and disrupt the political space.
Oh, that is not going to be very easy. The time frame is almost very short now. Politics is a game you must have a structure and begin to work over time. Even those who think they can come in and defeat the current president, I'm laughing at them. You don't have a structure. Election is less than 2 years. You don't have a political party yet. You don't have a structure. You know what it means to have a structure in Nigeria. You want to have it. No, so it's not easy.
Let's wait and see how all of that will play out. But Philip Obin, thanks for joining us on the program. You're a serial entrepreneur, social media influencer, as well as a chairmanship candidate in Cross River State.
Thank you. Always a pleasure being here.
No problem.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. I'll be back with the most viewed videos on our YouTube channel in the past week. Please stay with us.
The video of officers of the Nigerian police arresting the chief herbalist of a cult group in the Ikorodu area of Lagos, Nigeria, begins this week in 5th place. Fourth place is taken by the call made by Governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayose, on President Buhari to declare herdsmen terrorists.
How did cattle bearers get to hold sophisticated weapons? Is this what they want to use about $1 billion for? Declare now, Mr. President. Declare now, Mr. President. Declare now, Mr. President. X-Men as terrorist group.
The video of the leader of the Islamic movement in Nigeria, Sheikh Ibrahim El-Zakzaki, confirming his health status, takes the 3rd spot.
They have allowed me to see my own doctors. So it were my own doctors who examined me. But I'm getting better. Okay. Thanks to all your prayers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you.
While second is taken by the tears and sorrow that followed the mass burial of victims of herdsmen attack organized by the Benue State government. And the 1st place is taken by the video of Channels TV duo Mohammed and Maokwe. The two lovebirds tied the knot and were joined by friends and family to celebrate the occasion.
Well, there you go. Those were the most viewed videos on our YouTube channel in the past week. Now, the urge for youths to participate in the political space of Nigeria has never been this loud, with calls to either join or register political parties, obtain the INEC-issued permanent voter card and vote, wait and protect their votes, and with the Not Too Young to Run bill, which seeks to reduce the age qualification for political offices, as well as independent candidacy in the pipeline. The dream just might come to a reality pretty soon. And as the saying goes, only time will tell. On that note, we draw the curtains on this edition of the program, but continue online via the social media addresses showing on your screen. Thank you for watching. I'm Victor Matthias.